Friends, as many of you know, the world of loving a human being with developmental disabilities is my world. And when I first saw this bill, I thought, how in the world is managed care going to work for this population? The needs are huge and ever evolving. And I have to tell you, I've really struggled with this and watched this as it's gone along, but I can tell you right now, the frustration is that our state funds overwhelmingly fund institutionalization of people with developmental disabilities. They go into ICFs and into high-need group homes, and guess what? The starting price per person per year is $135,000 a person. And for the high-need person, it starts at $360,000 per year per person. So when we talk about how we need to fund the waiver, we're doing it wrong. And I'm going to tell you, we do nothing or little to nothing for people like my son who are living at home in less expensive settings. We stand by as we watch the days tick off to impending crisis, while in the meanwhile we give them no help. And while they live with no services, the impending crisis speeds up and it becomes guaranteed. And when it does happen that way, the costs are far more expensive as we do nothing for them than starting now to help them. What I'm hopeful with about this bill is that we can explore ways to provide home and community-based care outside of institutions, because right now that's literally all we do. These are people who want to live at home with their families, go to their church, go to their schools, work in the community. Do we love managed care? I can't say that any of us love the notion of managed care, but we have to do something. We have to try something else. And this is that something else we have to at least explore. Stakeholders have come together to work with the sponsor of this bill and have had many of their concerns addressed. The pilot project has an end date and an evaluation that's going to come back to us. Multiple managed care providers are now in the mix versus just the one that it started out to be. Equitable comparisons between Medicaid managed care and standard waiver services as implemented currently by APD will be reviewed. The advocates for Floridians with developmental disabilities feel that while this legislation isn't perfect, the process has made this a much better bill. Every year, we come back here, year after year, trying to figure out a way to fund this waiver. And every year, we take a few people off the list here, and for every one we take off, it grows tenfold. So that's the problem, and we're doing the same thing over and over and over again. It's time to at least explore this option. And it might not work. We're going to find out by trying it. My only request, and I know that Representative Duggan will make sure of this, is that the Florida Developmental Disabilities Council, the ARC, and families like mine will be able to be part of this process. And for that, for these reasons, members, I am up on this bill. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.